Thank you. And largely overlooked in yet another week, when we were dealing with a crisis in government, was this comment from Tony Abbott on boat people.
Within a week of taking office, I would go to Indonesia to renew our cooperation against people smuggling. And I would, of course, politely explain to the Indonesian government that we take as dim a view of Indonesian boats disgorging illegal arrivals in Australia as they quite rightly take of Australians importing drugs into Bali.
What do you make of that?
Well, a couple of
sort
points.
Of redefines the concept of cooperation.
One thing is, smuggling drugs is illegal. Arriving in Australia seeking refugee status is not illegal. So they're entirely different. He also said, though, on the very first day as Prime Minister, he would...
Stop them.
No, no, he would ring Nauru and say, right, reopen the processing centre. If the President of Nauru is half smart, he will now be working up a price to ask from Tony Abbott.
Yeah, but the rudeness to Indonesia, this sense of entitlement on Australia's part to tell Indonesia what their border protection policies are, and, of course, the smearing of refugees. That man, Abbott, has now compared in the last few months refugees to gun runners, to drive-by shooters in the suburbs of Sydney, and now to drug peddlers in Bali. Well done, Tony. That's really terrific.
Annabelle, quickly on this.
Well, I think that key to any sort of policy here, I mean, if you're going to turn boats around, they've got to go somewhere, right? I mean,
Cooperation,
you can't
right?
really have a shoot-'em-down policy without somewhere to put the refuse, you know. And I think it just doesn't sound particularly cooperative. Indonesia historically rather sensitive on this point, and fair enough. Once again, it's a promise that it's hard to see how you're going to be able to fulfil.